right, welcome back to part 2 of our Let's Make a Watermelon Cake. Let me grab my second camera really quick. So I just went live on my business page and I did not finish. So I promised you all I would make a part 2 so that way you all could see the finished product. So, okay, so here's what we've made so far. I still have all my ingredients out. So let me scooch them. Let me move my watermelon. And then I'll show you. So far we've got our base. We have a cake we're making, and I have the first row of the lime green rosettes. I have those on there. And now we're going to continue, and we're going to be putting on the pink watermelon colored rosettes. So, okay, so let's get started. Move some of my stuff out of the way. Let me move my mouse, and then I'm going to move it closer to me so that I can work. But hopefully I'm going to try to keep it over here. Let me move these. Let me move these over to here. Okay, good. I'm trying to keep it to where you can see it. Now that I've moved my camera, let me do this too. I don't need this mat right now, so let me scooch this out of the way for just a second. I think it might be better for me so that it slides. There we go. There, much better. So it slides on my table. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're making the pink watermelon rosettes. This is the cookies that I made these in the membership. So if you all are interested in learning how, you are more than welcome. We'd love to show you, and we'd love to have you teach you in here in the Cakery Content Club. But anyway, so I'm using the same colors for our cake tonight. Okay, and so we're now going to do the pink, like the little bit of pink watermelon. Okay, so I have my spackle made up, my icing in my bag, and so I'm just going to, oops, let me squish this down a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to start piping on. I wanted to do 2 rows of the pink, so I know if you watched, if you're just catching me on this one, please go back and watch part 1 first, and then watch this part 2, and it'll make more sense to you, okay? All right, so I have my green, and now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to switch, and we're going to do the pink, okay? And again, what I said in the beginning was on the, for my little rosettes, I'm just doing like, I just always think of it like the letter E. Like that's how I learned, and that's kind of what I do. So let me turn this in. So you can see it's starting to come around in the pink. I'm gonna add some more in here. I like to keep a lot of pressure on my bag. It just makes it easier when you're piping if you do that. Okay. All right. So let me, and I'm gonna have to mix up another batch. I probably could have done that. I just went straight from the last tutorial to this one, and now that I think about it, I probably could have waited a little bit and mixed this up off camera. But that's okay. For those of you that are new and you're not sure, you know, how we mix the spackle and stuff up, you might want to see it. So, okay, so I'm going to have to put this in here and then move that out of the way. Okay, and then we're just going to, like I said, let me grab, here's a wet wipe. I'm going to grab a wet wipe. I have it on the edge of my bag, which I'm getting it everywhere on me, which is okay. All right, so let me scooch that back. All right, so again, I'm going to squish this down. We're going to do 2 rows, and then I'm also going to cover the top in the pink, okay? All right, so let me add some pressure. Oh, I got green on there. No. Okay. Oh, I know why, because I had it in the mason jar, and then there's green in the bottom. So, okay, so I'm just going to apply pressure and do my rosettes. And then I'm going to have to mix up another batch because this is not going to be enough, which is fine. We knew that because that's what happened with the green. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to mix up more because I'll spin it for you. Like you can see, it's coming together. But I have all of this to go. Okay, so we'll just do a little spinny spin. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this, And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to, I've already, like if you were watching earlier, I mixed up batches of it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let me take this. I'm going to dump this into this, instead of making pink in both of them, I'm just going to take this and put it into this one. And then we'll add the color into this one. Because I already mixed up the color before. Do you know what I mean? And there's no sense in me, because when I use these containers, I will like clean them out and reuse them. And this way I won't have, I'll have all my ingredients, but I won't have the paint. Like I'll have my spackle ingredients, but I won't have the paint in this one, and it'll just make for easier cleanup. So that way I'll just scooch this into here. Okay. Close that one up. So let me set that down. There we go. Make sure there's no pink on it. There's not. So, okay, so I'm going to end up having to make up, I'm like, how many batches? Okay, so let me get my scale out so that I can add my paint. Let me grab this. Let me move that first. Let me get a different wet wipe. That one had a lot of pink on it, and I don't want it all over my pretty new table, right? Okay, trying to stay clean. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, let me move my water. Oop, squeaky. Okay, let me zero it out. I'm going to just leave the popsicle stick in there and then zero it out. What's happening? You know what? I've always panicked I'm not going to have like the batteries, and now it's stuck here. Something's happening. Oh no! What happened? My thing. Oh wait, is my button stuck? My button is stuck. Okay, there it goes. All right. So let me do. There it goes. I was like, show me the zeros. Okay, so on my dragon fruit, I'm going to do 0.4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're just going to do 1 on the red. Let's see, just to get it that darker color. Okay. All right. All right. Let's hold on. Okay. I had to go over to there because something popped up in my screen and I couldn't see you all. Well, I mean, I can't see you, but I couldn't see me. Okay. All right. So let's get this stirred up. All right. So I'm going to mix this up. Get my color combined. There we go. All right. You know what? I was thinking I should probably mix up another one. Because it's not going to be enough. Like that's only going to go halfway, and then I need more. So let me go ahead. Let's just, there's another one. Okay, let me go ahead and mix up this one too. So let me zero that out. Okay. Again, I was thinking I should have mixed these up before I went live again, so I apologize. Let's see. So let me do 0.4. One more. I do have, oh good. I'm like, am I running out? No, I have more. Okay, so here's 0.4. Because I'm thinking I might just mix them. Yeah, I think I'm at the end of this. That's okay. Okay, I got what I needed, and then I need a 0.1. So let's do 1. And I have more of this one too. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, I thought, well, let me mix these. I have room in that container, so I was like, maybe I should just mix these and then mix these. So that way I was trying to think. Okay, so that'll get me this half and then another half. But I'm going to need one more half, I think, to finish the top of it. I think so. All right, so let me, I want to mix these, and then I'm going to mix that with that, just because it would be easier to put it all in one. All right. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this into here. That's why I like doing my recipes, because then I don't worry. Like, I know it's all going to be like the same consistent color. You know what I mean? But again, you don't have to. If you don't want to mix up and create a recipe, you don't have to. Let me just get this up here. And it also, I should have said, when it starts to dry, it's going to dry. Like you can kind of see, let me hold this up. I still need to mix, but you can see it's the finished one dries darker than your cake batter, not cake batter, your icing. Like it's going to dry darker. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing your colors. So if you want something a little bit darker, just know it is going to get a little darker. And if you want it lighter, then I would start out a little lighter, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to need one more batch. But let me get this mixed in really good. I should have mixed up the bottom one because I've got paint on the side where it's not. I can still see my paint colors when I added it. So let me get that off the side here. Mixed in really good. And you don't want to see any white. Like I still see a little bit of my white icing, like my white speckle. I don't want to see that. So okay, I just need to make sure I got my colors mixed in really good. I think I did. Okay. Oh, wait, I see like a streak of color. So let's get that mixed in. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to fill my bag. Let's move this one. Do I have one left still? Let me see. No, that's the buttercream. Let me make sure. Let's put the lids on. Okay. Green, white. Okay. So I'm going to end up, let me move this up here a little bit so we can fill this up. So, all right. So let's get this filled up. And I'm just using my mason jar to help me, like adding an extra hand for me. Plus, you all know I love my mason jars. But then I just take the popsicle stick and I just kind of smush it against the glass. I like my bags to be really full to be able to put pressure so that it just helps me, especially if during my like piping techniques, if I really want it to look like get a certain look on it, I just find like that's really helpful because as it starts to as your icing starts to get low in the bag, then you don't have as much in there to put pressure and hold on to it. And it just doesn't squeeze out. Like it makes it harder to squeeze at the end. And it just makes it easier when it's full. So I guess I should say that. I like to make it easy for you all. Okay, so I'm going to move that. Well, I need that there. Let's move that. And let's bring this back so I can keep going and then you can see it. Super pretty colors. I'm really happy so far. I kind of had an idea just because of the cookies, like what I was expecting it to look like. So anyway, I'm really happy with it so far. Let me turn my thing. Okay. I need to keep it turned. Let me put more pressure. So it's full, but I still need it to like squish down in the bag. Okay, there we go. All right. So I can tell like the first pink ones are already starting to dry. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can tell by the color differences, which is fine. Okay. So now we have the pink and the green. So I have two rows, like we've got the green on the bottom and then you've got the pink. Okay. And then now I'm going to go on the top, but what I'm actually going to do, because I'm going to be putting the ants with the watermelons, I'm not going to, I'm going to put them on an angle. Like I'm going to have it go up over it. Let me add some more icing to my bag. I'm going to have it go up over the edge of the top of the cake instead of just starting at the top. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let me add some more icing first. So it'd be great if I don't need to make more, but we'll see. I've got plenty if we do. Okay, so let me put this in here. So I think when I go to do the top, you might be able to see better what I'm doing, because before I had to have it facing me in order to, like, you know, be able to see what I was doing. Now I'm doing it from the top, so hopefully it'll be a little better. Oops, I just scooped it on the outside here. Okay, let me scooch that. And because I'm using this right now, I'm not I'm not covering up my container. I'm just leaving it open, because what will happen is any of it being exposed to the air, it is already going to start to dry it out. And I'm okay with that. Okay. All right. So let me scooch this down. All right. And I've got, oh, I got to wipe this off. It's got green on it. I've got the seeds, the same seeds I made for the cookies. I made them out of polymer clay. I haven't decided if I want to put them on here or not yet. So I think I'm going to wait until I get the ants on there and then decide if I want to put them on. So, okay, so now I'm going to come up over the top, and I'm just going to make one right on the top. So you can see, it's easier for you to see it here. But I'm letting it come down over the edge, the edge a little bit. So I just want to give it some height here. I think I'm going to have to fill this. I feel like I don't have the same pressure that I want. Wait, I'll get one more out of it. Okay, so you can see, let me turn it this way. You can really see the height, I think. I'm going to scooch it again. So you can kind of see the height now. So now, if you were doing this and you didn't want to do the entire thing in rosettes, you absolutely could, like, leave something in the middle open and do some decoration in the middle if you chose to. Okay, so let me grab this. Let me see where we're at. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to make more. This is just not going to be enough, but that's okay. Let me get, whoops, I'm going to put in here what I have, and we'll see how far we get. But I am going to cover the whole thing in the rosettes with the pink, so that's why I say I'm going to have to mix up another batch. This is not going to be enough, which is fine. I'll have to go back. I have to go back and figure out how many batches did it take to finish this cake. But, you know, if you're using a different size, it would be a different amount for you as well. So, but anyway, okay, so do that, and then I will mix up another one. Let me grab another wet wipe. So, so I know part 2 is it's being recorded. I'm not live for part 2. We have our Cakery Creators Circle live crafting event is happening right now. I was not able to finish mine in 1 hour. So I came back on after I finished, and I'm recording part 2 for you, because a lot of times I'll say, you know, I'll share with you later or something like that. But I really didn't get past the green, and I really wanted to share with you what it looked like. So anyway, so we are on recording for part 2. But what I was going to say is, even though I'm recording, I am going to upload this. So if you're watching this, it means I've already uploaded it to my business page. So if you have any comments or questions, you can still put them in the comments below this video that will be uploaded. Okay, so all right. So now let me move this, and let's, I don't have enough hands. I need to bring it back to me. Come back to me. And then now I'm going to keep going. And again, for this one, I'm just like, I want my little rosettes to be like on the edge. Like, I don't want them to just be flat on top. So I hope you're able to see what I'm doing. So that's the other reason why when I made this, I wanted to do the yellow, like I ended up doing buttercream for the base coat, because I really wanted, I didn't want you to see styrofoam, okay? Like, I don't mind that you see like the yellow cake, you know, the yellow icing underneath of the pink and the green, but I really didn't want you to see the styrofoam base, okay? All right, had to squish it down. And then I'm going to do one really big one here. There. Which will be fine because we're going to have, the ants are coming. The ants are coming. Okay, so here we have it now. So I've got the pink, the 2 rows of pink, and then I've got the 1 row of the green. And then I'm going to fill in the entire top with pink, okay? So let me give it a little spin. All right, so I'm going to mix this up. But for this one, let's move that. I do need to get more, I need to get more of the spackle, okay? So let me scoochy that. And let's get this. Turn that on. Okay, and then I'm going to zero this out. So I should be good with just one batch because we're just doing the center of this, okay? All right, so I'm going to come back in. I like to do my wet first, like this one. So let me grab an yeah, I don't know which one that was. So let me grab this one. Okay, and then okay, I'm good. I just had to make sure I didn't want to touch the pink to the white. I wanted to reuse this cup, this container. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of each. Let me get, I'm just kind of, it's kind of hanging on the side, but that's fine. Again, I just don't want to get, oh good, 2 ounces. Okay. I don't want to contaminate it, so that can stay in there now. All right. And then I'm going to get 2 ounces of the other one. I open mine up, and then when I finish recording or doing our tutorials, I go back in and I tightly close them. So just so you know, like if you're doing the same thing, just make sure you come back in and you close yours. Otherwise, they'll dry out if you don't. Okay, so I'm going to zero this out and turn it sideways. Okay, and then we're going to add 2 more. And that should be enough for this one, because I'm not only going to finish the center of my cake, but I'm going to come back in for the ants, and I'm going to add additional dollops, like additional rosettes. That might be too much. Hang on. Let's try this. Yeah, that would have been way too much. I just need a little tiny bit more. Little tiny bit more. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'll lay that there. Grab that. So anyway, we are all happy to be back with you tonight. This is Thursday, June 6th. We all took a little break last week, the last week of May. I'm just going to kind of stir this to combine it, and then I'm going to add my paints. So yeah, so we are back at it with you all on a weekly basis. Our live crafting event starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then it goes until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. So there's 4 of us creatives. Eileen from Creative Eye Designs. Creative Eye Designs by Eileen comes on first for us. And then I may have to open these 2 because I remember this one was empty. So I'm going to open this one. But anyway, so Eileen from Creative Eye Designs comes on first. And then I come on second, Betsy from Heavens to Betsy Cakery. And then Barb from Creative Hearts Corner follows me up. And then the finale for our evening is Mary from Hogwald Designs. So if you are not following any of us on our pages, we would love it if you would. Each of us, our business pages are the, you can search for us under all of our business names. I'm counting. Well, I'm not really counting, but I'm checking my, there we go. I'm measuring. So whenever I measure, I have to get quiet for a second, just so that way I don't get the wrong measurements. So, okay, so that was 0.4, and this is a 0.1. But anyway, so if you wanted to follow Eileen, which I know she would greatly appreciate it, you can look her up on Creative Eye Designs by Eileen on Facebook. And then again, I'm Betsy, Heaven's to Betsy Cakery, and that's mine, Heaven's to Betsy Cakery on Facebook. And then Barb is Creative Hearts Corner, and then Mary is Hog Wild Designs. So anyway, so you can find us all on our business pages, and we would just love it. We just love making new friends. We love having the love and the support from all of you. And we just really love what we're doing. So so when you can support us and share us, we're just over the moon with that. So so I just want to say thank you, and how grateful we each are for you all taking the time to either watch us live or to watch us on replay. We all really appreciate it a lot. So okay, so I'm stirring this in, getting it all stirred up here, and then we'll finish up on our little pink rosettes. And then I've got my little ants, and I've got the little watermelon slices, and then I'm going to add those to the top, and then we'll be done. So yeah, so this did take a bit longer than an hour, but I think in all honesty, if I had mixed up my spackle ahead of time, it would not have. I think I probably could have completed it. I just think it's a bit time consuming when you are mixing up your icings and your colors and all that kind of thing. So, but that's okay. I appreciate you all for hanging with me. And yeah, and I can't wait to see the final, because I'm loving how it looks so far. I hope you all are too. I just think rosette, like the little piped rosette cakes, are just really cute. So, okay. So that looks pretty good. I do see a little bit of white. Let me keep going. Okay. And then let's get that, oh, here, it's on I have color on my popsicle stick. Okay, so let me bring this back, and then let's open this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish doing the little rosettes on the top. And then, as I said, I'm going to add some extra ones for the ants to sit on. So, or I might not. We'll see. Let me see. We'll see what it looks like once I get them on there. And then the little ants, I'm going to glue the watermelons onto the little ants. They have like little pokey sticks that are in their backs. And I don't want those little pieces to come off. So I am going to glue those on them. And then when I put them on there, then they should be secure and they should be able to stay. I had to take it out for a second and squish it down because I'm getting it, ding, ding, getting it on my hands. So. Okay, my hands. Okay, all right, so I'm going to put this aside. I think I have enough to finish, so let's scooch this back. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to put some pressure. Let me make sure there's no green, because by putting it in that same mason jar, I had the green one in there. So, okay, so here we go. I'm going to do and then I'm going to turn it. Keep going. Well, I need to put pressure on it. I can feel it changed. So let me squish it back down. There we go. And I still have a little bit in there. I don't know if I need it or not. I might. Probably would be easier. So let me turn this. I think I am going to. Yeah. Before I finish, let me scooch it forward. Are you guys liking it though? Let me know. I think it looks super pretty. So let me open this up. I have just a little bit left. Oh goodness. So let's get the rest of this in here, and it'll add the pressure that I need. There we go. Yeah, thank you all for spending time with us. This we go live on every Thursday evening. Again, last week we took a little break. We started in April, so we started in the middle of April, and then we did all of May, well, except for the last week of May, and then now we're back at it for June. So I did put together a little, just a short little video. It's like 3 minutes, showcasing what each of us made each week through the months of April and May. So if you haven't seen that, you can go, you can look for it on my business page. And then you'll just get like a sneak peek, the highlights of what each of us made. And because we made each of the items on our business page, if you see something that you're interested in, that you want to make, you can go and follow us on our pages, and then you'll learn how. Or if it's something that that you see and you just want to purchase, each of us are making our items available for sale as well. So if you'd rather just purchase them, then you can go back and then you can put a comment on any of our pages with the item that you're interested in, and then we'll each get in touch with you separately and let you know like what we have and what's available. Some of the items that each of us make, sometimes there's only one item available, sometimes there's multiples, and sometimes some of them are made to order or can be made to order. So so don't, so be sure and ask, like if you have questions or you're not sure, just reach out and ask us. We're all more than happy to answer your questions and to help you along the way. Okay. All right. So let me, my pink icing is all over me. Okay. So let's bring this back. We are almost done with the top. Let me squish that down in there. And then turn it this way. Okay. And then I'm just going to squish it, get some pressure going, make sure there's no green on there. Okay. And then I'm just going to finish up with just a couple more of these little rosettes. So we've got one there, one here, and then I'm going to do one in the center, but let me squish it down so I get a really nice pretty one to finish it. So I did one in the center, but I'm going to add, I'm just going to go on top of the one I did and add a little bit more because my thing is almost out and I really like it when they're, again, like when I can put some pressure and I can really control what it looks like. Okay, so let me squeeze it. Okay, there we go. All right. So here is our little rosette cake so far. Okay. And I just see a little section on this one. I want to add like a little dollop, and there's just enough in my tip to do that. So I'm going to come back around with this one. Awesome. Let me finish it this way. Okay, cool. All right. I just wanted to add a little bit to this one. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do you like it so far? Is it pretty? I think it's super pretty. I wish it was real, even though I don't eat sugar. I just love when they are real. Okay, I'm going to scoot it this way for just a second, and we're going to switch to the watermelons and the ants. And then let me move these out of the way. Okay. And then again, when I get all done, let me wipe my hands too. When I get all done, I'll make sure and close everything up proper. And then here we go. I'll make sure everything is closed up proper and then also sealed and all that kind of thing. So, okay. So I have, well, let's see how many ants I have, because I think I have more watermelons than I do the ants, but I'm not sure. All right. So let me see how many ants we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got 7. Let's see how many watermelons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and so I didn't want them to all look the same. I kind of wanted it to look like my ants hijacked my little watermelon pieces. So what I did is I had my husband, they have these little pokey things, like the little sticks. So what I did is these are like, they're cabochons, but they're like rubber. They feel like rubber. So what my husband did is I had him drill holes in them. So that way, I'm looking at the camera. I had him drill holes in them so that I can put the little, I can push the little stick through it like this. Here, let me hold it down without dropping it in the cake. So that way, I can position it like any way I want, like with the little watermelon pieces. But I didn't want them all exactly the same. And so I told him, to do it differently. So on some of them, I have to match them up. So, and then what he did is the little hole disappeared. So he put black Sharpie marker on here for me so that I could find them. Okay. So you can tell, okay. Like for instance, oh, I'm going in the wrong camera again. Okay. So you can tell like on the rind of these, you can see the little black dots. So I know those 3 are the same. And then these two and this one are the same. Let me see, what are these? Okay, they're kind of a, okay. So these are not all the same. They are similar, but they're a little different. Okay, so these two are low. These three are high. And then this one is low. Okay, there we go. So anyway, so what he did is he just put like different little holes in different locations for me. And then that way I could make them all just a tiny bit different. Because like when I did my, let me show you these. So on my workshop, Life's a Picnic, we did the little ants with the marshmallows. And I don't know if you can tell in my hand or not, but I'll show you this way. Like when I hold them up, you can see, I'm not holding the marshmallows different. I'm holding the ants the same, but the marshmallows, they're in different positions. So I wanted the same for my watermelon is what I'm trying to say. So let me hold them this way and I'll see if you can see what I mean. They're not in camera. Oh, this way. Here, wait. Let me scooch this one this way. Okay, this will be better. Now you can see them. Okay, so if you see like my little red, white, and blue, no, I think they need to go this way. Okay, so yeah, so if you look at them this way, you can see that my marshmallows are not in the exact same position. And that's what I told him that I wanted for my watermelons. So let me stick these back here. We've got red, white, and blue. There we go. Okay, so that's what I wanted for the little ants for this one, is I wanted them in different locations too. Okay, so I'm going to use this tacky glue to stick my little, watermelons onto the ants, okay? So I don't need a lot, but I do need a little bit. So, okay, so I'm going to start with these three. These are totally different. And then I'm going to put the glue on my ant itself, like the little stick. And then that way when I push the watermelon in there, it'll grab hold. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to stick that in there. And then I'm just going to wiggle it a little bit like that. And then you'll see, here's one of my little ants with the little watermelon. Okay. So I'm going to do all the watermelon pieces first. And then we'll figure out where to put them on the cake. Okay, so I can't, let's see. Yeah, I can count up my little dollops. I think that'll be helpful. Okay. So I have 7 of them. So, yeah, so that'll let me, like, they won't be totally even. I'm just kind of shoving this on there. There we go. So, yay, I'm loving it. They're already different. I just think they look cute that way. Oops, let me hold it. Let me hold my ant by the feet. So let me see what time we got. Okay, we're doing good. So once I get these on, then my cake will be done. And I did mention on part 1, I really like to come back in and use Mod Podge in the mat to, I feel like I got a hair on me. I like to use the Mod Podge in the mat to seal, like to go in and go over my little pipettes, like my little rosettes. It just, for me, it gives it more of a finished look. Like it's not shiny when you do that. It's more of like, it just leaves like a sheen to it. And I love that because I just feel like then it looks like more like realistic looking icing instead of just looking like spackle, right? Okay, so let me glue these. But thank you all for coming back and following up and watching part 2 for me. It's so funny too, because when I came up with the idea, I wasn't thinking about how, well, I hadn't made one yet, so I didn't really know how much spackle I needed. So I wasn't realizing or thinking that I was gonna need that much, or that it was gonna be that time consuming for me to mix it up. So I do apologize. I wish that I had mixed it in advance, but one of the reasons I didn't was exactly for that reason. I didn't know how much I would need. So when I started on part one, not number 1, when I started part 1, I went ahead and did 2 of the green and 2 of the pink, and then just 1 of the buttermilk, thinking that was enough, and that apparently wasn't. So that's okay. All right, so let me get this glued in here. Oh, I was grabbing another ant. Okay, I'm super glad that I'm super glad he put the Sharpie marker on these, because if he had not, I wouldn't know. I just would not know where to put them in the holes, right? Okay, so I've got those. I need to get 2. Let me see these. Okay, we'll use these 2. And then, let me see. Okay, these 2 are different. I'll put those over there. All right, these 2 are different. So I like that. So, okay, so anyway, I appreciate you all spending time with me. I love, love, love making fake food for decor. My true passion is making realistic food, but I also love doing something that's kind of fun and a little whimsical as well. So like this by itself would pass for something more realistic, but once you add like the little ants and the little watermelons, then then it's the little tiny touch of whimsy. And so if you can see behind me, I still have my not St. Patrick's, I have my patriotic decor up still. We just did, I just did a workshop called Life's a Picnic, and it had a very patriotic feel to it, even though not all of it, was patriotic, but it had a very much of a patriotic feel to it. I was looking behind me. So a lot of like reds and whites and a little bit of blue kind of stuff. So, but I always like to, whenever I teach something, whether it's in my membership or in one of the workshops, I love being able to teach you a technique or an item that you can use over and over for different like seasons or holidays or events. I love that. So that way I feel like, it just helps you kind of think outside the box a little bit. So, okay, I'm going to take a drink, and then we're going to put our little ants on now that I've got all their little watermelons on them. So. Okay, so let's bring this closer to me and get rid of that. There's all our little ants. Okay, so I think I'm going to do, you know what? I have 7 of them. Why don't we do 1 in the middle and then 6 around the edges? Does that make sense? I think we should do that. So, okay, I like that idea. Thanks for agreeing with me. I'm going to do that. All right, so we're going to put 1 in the center, our little ant. And I'm not gluing him or anything. I'm just putting him on, and the icing will, when it dries, he will be stuck in the icing, okay? So you can kind of, I wanted to show you a little bit. Okay, so if we do that, then we'll do 6. So let me think. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. Okay, so I'm going to stick him here. And it's okay if some of, like if the watermelon gets on some of the icing, like I'm okay with that. I'm trying to think where to put them. So let's see, what if I skipped 2? So if we did 1, usually on my, before I start, I will position them on the blank cake base, like on and then once I do that, then I kind of know like where I'm going to go with them. But I didn't do that this time. So let's see. So if we did skipped 2, and we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So we do skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I won't put all of them. Let me see. If I skip 2, I'm looking at the little rosette. So if I skip 2 and put 1 here, skip 2, put 1, skip 2, put 1, skip 2, end up with 3. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Maybe every other one? What if we did that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 6. So what if we did every other one? So if we skipped them, I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then I still have 2 over there. I don't like having 2 over there. So apparently I got off a little bit. But you know what? Maybe they don't need to be even. Maybe they can just be all over my cake. What do you think? It's hard not being live anymore to ask you because you're not here to answer me. So, Okay, let's see. How about I do this? I just don't want it to touch my paper. So, all right, I'm not going to be picky. We're just going to stick them, okay? We're not even going to care, right? We're going to get creative and we're just going to put them on here. Wherever they go, they go. Let me have this one. He looks different. Right? And what's this one look like? Was that best? I think that was best. How about that? Can you see him? Okay, let me scooch it this way. All right. So there. So, okay, so I still have the watermelon seeds. I'm thinking I might want to put some on there anyway. What do you all think? Again, I'm asking you and you can't answer me. Okay, I'm going to put some seeds. I just like the look of the seeds on my cookies. And I feel like that will kind of tie them together more if I add seeds. So let's do that. Let's add some seeds. I don't know how many I have, so I'll just kind of randomly put them on here. Oh, I like the seeds. I think that, let me dump some more out. I really like the seeds. Can you see them? I think that helps make it. So I think I need one more over there. Can you see the seeds? Yeah, I think that the seeds help it. Okay, so then maybe we'll just put the seeds more like in between where they were. How about that? Instead of going down the side, or should I save some for down the side? No, you know what? I should save some for down the side, right? I think so. Because it's all watermelon. So there. Okay. I'm going to put some on the sides too. Can you see it? Okay. So we'll do that. Let me see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So that's fine. I'm just going to stick them random and then not worry about where they are. That's the best way, right? And my icing is still wet enough. They're sticking like in the icing. So I'm glad. All right. Yay. I think it turned out super cute. What do you think? I need more over here. All right, and I've got 3 left. 3 seeds left. Let me scooch it more into this camera if you can see it better. All right. Oh, I think it's super cute. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to add, I've got 3 more. This one looks too big over here, big space. So let's add some there. And then let's add, we'll add one here. And then what else? What else? What else? I'll just go right here. There. And then I used up all my seeds. What do you think? What do you think? All right, you can still tell me in the comments even though we're not live. That's okay. But anyway, so here it is, our sweet little watermelon cake. Let's make a watermelon. So I think for the most part, like I can see little tiny peaks of the cake base itself. But I don't know if I would even be tempted to come in and I don't know if I'd even be tempted to come in and want to like add more icing because there's only like a couple. And I feel like I always teach you guys, like, I don't try to make things perfect. I really don't. I just really want you guys to have fun when you're creating. And again, if I didn't have the ants and the watermelon, I think it would look totally realistic as far as like a real cake with the little rosettes on it. But yeah, but I think it looks super fun. And I'm glad that I just stuck the little ants and watermelons on randomly. Didn't overthink it. So I don't want you guys to overthink it whenever you're creating. Again, I don't want the process to be stressful for you. I want it to be fun and I want it to bring you joy. So anyway, I think this is, this makes my heart happy when I look at it. I hope it does you as well. Let me scooch it, there. Now that my camera has moved, I have to figure out where I'm at. But anyway, so it is the same colors as my cookies. So I'll hold them up here for you. So you'll see I have little meringue cookies that have the same colors. And now, so now we have some coordinating pieces, like to start of my watermelon collection. So I think I'm going to do a third piece in this, like really make it a collection. But anyway, so this will be for sale. If anybody's interested, you can just, I'll end up putting it in my Etsy shop. But I'm going to wait until it completely cures. And then again, I like to go in and seal it with the Mod Podge. I just like being able to give it that little bit of a sheen so that I feel like it looks more like real icing. So that's my point. That's my idea. So, all right. So I am going to, we'll give it one last little spin. I hope you all like it. And then maybe I'll take a picture. I've got Barb. Barb, I've been watching you while I've been working over here. But let me take a quick shot of this, and then I will share it on our group. Like I'll share it on my page. So, okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get off of here, but thank you so much. I appreciate you spending time with me and with the other creators tonight. Again, if you missed any of us, all of our tutorials are available for replay, so you can go back and watch us on replay. But in the meantime, I will see many of my members who are watching me live on Tuesday night for Sweet Talk Tuesday over at the Cakery. If any of you are new to me and you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a private membership called the Cakery Content Club. It is $17 a month, and I teach a weekly tutorial once a week on Wednesday nights called Fake Believe with Betsy. We also have a sweet community chat, like it's called Sweet Talk Tuesday on Tuesday nights, where I go live in our group and all of our community, all of our members. We get a chance to like hang out and chat, and I do share some announcements, and then I share some other things as well. But yeah, and then I also do workshops. And so I do have a workshop coming up in June. I don't have all the details, but I will be posting on my page just as soon as I get all of those, the details finalized. But anyway, so other than that, if you are interested in maybe joining us, again, it's only $17 a month. You can just put in the comments, you can just say, hey, I want to know more, or I'm interested, or send me a message, and then I'll give you some more information. So, all right, I am going to hop off of here, but thank you again. If you are just catching this is part 2, please go and watch part 1 first for our Let's Make a Watermelon Cake. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I enjoyed spending time with you this evening. And then again, you'll see me on my page. So if you have not liked or followed me on my page, please do that. And then you won't miss any, turn on your notifications, and then you won't miss any of my live events or like sneak peeks or all of my little fake food inspirations that I post on my page. So, all right, you guys have a great evening. Thank you again so much. I appreciate you.